was so scared. I was so scared to move to Miami.
So I'm having a hard time balancing like my work and personal life.
Oh my God.
So it's 12:35 a.m. right now, and I decided I want to be on my Kanye and kind of just vlog this experience of me moving into the new studio, just so I can look back on it. You know, a lot of times when we go through things like this, it's so much going on that we forget the little details. So because it is midnight, technically yesterday, October 7th, 2025, I made the decision to open up a new studio, sign the lease. And this is major for me because before it would just be like a room, or I'm sharing a room or sharing a big space, you know. So this is actually going to be mine. It is a big jump for me. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I feel like my journey is so different because I see people, they move so fast and they grow so fast. And although I do grow fast, I just grow and stop because God makes me do all these big decisions. Like I was growing in Tampa, but before I got a chance to get to where I'm at now, he had me move, you know. September 2024, I decided to get into a business contract with God, and I dedicated my business to him officially. And so I feel like because of that, especially, he's always been here with me, but I feel like now it's like he's really my partner. I was asking him about this decision, and everything just happened so fast. I wasn't expecting to move out of my space. I was going to stay there as long as I could because the rent was so much lower, but he just kept sending me so many signs. Like one of my favorite things to do when I want to hear exactly what he's saying is I'm an audio learner, so I don't necessarily always read the Bible, but I will play it. But it was basically saying, you know, to have faith. And then I tried that again, but I tried it right after I was venting to him about feeling like I never get a break from all these big, bold decisions and whatnot. And after I said that, I got onto a scripture about rest and how on the seventh day God rested. So it kind of just gave me a hint like, okay, things are crazy, but you will eventually rest, right? And then I was also nervous, of course, about capital because not only do I want to open this space, but I want to rebrand. And I was like, oh, I need capital. And then I opened up my Square account and I got a pre-approved for a loan that was exactly to the dot of how much money I was expecting to spend. And then I'm extra, so I was also complaining about like how am I gonna decorate. I'm really stressed about that because I'm very like artsy. Like I like the aesthetics of things, and so I was also stressed about that. But when I reached out to the manager, they had mentioned that they were actually going to paint the walls for me. I was thinking about doing blue, but then I last minute was like, you know what, maybe I should just do white. And as soon as I said that in my mind, he had messaged me and said, we're painting the walls white for you. I'm like, yeah, everything is just flowing. I know it's going to work out because whenever things flow like this for me, like I know that it's meant for the better good. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. I need to go to bed. It's late. It's 1 a.m. and I have a client at 8 and I have to get my kids to school. I just wanted to hop on here and explain what my day has looked like. So I had a client supposed to come at last night. I was supposed to work from 10 to 10 last night, but I ended up finishing around 8 because I moved my client to today at 8 a.m. She was coming from out of town, and I really appreciate when people are like this and they travel to see me. So I was okay with it. And she ended up no-showing me. I really do love my life. I'm very grateful. But, you know, everyone has their days. And today I've been feeling a little off, like a little bit of discouragement because, you know, I said I had the sale and no one has purchased. I think it was just a pile of things, like between like the lash products, the 2 no-shows. I also, what really made me realize like, I'm feeling off today is the fact that I realize I bury myself in work. I really do. Like, I haven't had a day off in a while. And when I do have a day off, I feel like guilty. I am learning to cycle sync. So as you could tell from my last episode, I was a little more emotional. I was in my follicular phase. I feel a little better now. I did have another influencer slash celebrity in my notifications. So Chloe Bailey actually favorited my video that had went viral. I'm so excited about that because I got to tell my daughters like, hey, the Little Mermaid sister had liked my video. I feel like I'm bound to do someone's lashes that's really famous. I feel like someone famous is coming. To give you guys a little insight on my plans for the world, I want to, of course, like have my salon like nationwide. I want to be in different countries as well. But I also want to like start getting into training. I could feel it coming. I could feel my passion for training coming, and especially because I'm doing it differently. I'm doing it based on what I desire, because one thing I noticed this yesterday when I was lashing is that even though I am doing lashes all day long, sometimes multiple clients, I enjoy it. Like, even when I'm like tired, I'm still excited. I'm still having so much fun. And I think it's because I'm actually doing sets that I enjoy doing. Like, it's activating my creativity. It's like drawing, like how drawing used to be for me, where I could just draw all day. That's how I feel about lashing. And so I want every aspect of my business to be like that. I want to like be passionate about whatever I'm doing. So I feel like with trainings, I fell out of love with it because I love the artistic part of this industry. I know some people there, they care more about like the money part, but I didn't come in here for the money. Actually, I didn't even realize how much money was in this industry. So I think I need to lean into that and remember my roots. Besides like opening up multiple locations, I also want to open nonprofits, because this year has been crazy. I had discovered that one of my twins has Turner syndrome, which was very challenging, to hear that news. And so she's doing fine now. She's on growth hormones and all that stuff. But with that being said, I do want to open up a couple nonprofits, one being for families with children with disabilities. So I basically want to, I don't know how I'm going to go about it, but God is my business partner, so he's going to tell me what to do on that part. But so I want to be more like a resource when it comes to my nonprofit. So, when I take my daughter to get her blood drawn and all that stuff, it's hard. She's a child. So afterwards, I always have to gift her something. So I want to have donations, so people that have children that go to doctor's appointments, they can get a new toy every time, and then also help with transportation and help with tutoring, because it's very challenging sometimes trying to help her with like homework and schoolwork and stuff like that. So I want to offer like free services in that aspect. And then I also get a lot of clients that have fertility issues. So I do want to donate money for them to get like fertility treatments and stuff like that. And then my biggest goal for a nonprofit is, once I build my business so much that I have all this money to give away, I want to buy a whole apartment complex that's gated. And I want women all across the world that are in domestic violence situations to be able to stay there for 3 months for free and clean up their act. I want to have counselors there speaking to them. I want to help them with like jobs and relocation. I also was like kind of like a domestic violence survivor, and I had to do that too. I moved to a whole nother state and build myself back up. So I kind of want to give that opportunity to other women. So yeah, that's like my bigger goal for the world. So I feel like God is going to bless my business, because it's not just about making people pretty. I have such a bigger vision for the world and for my brand and for my business. And so I'm very excited for what the future holds, and it makes me more passionate about working hard. And I do feel a little guilty because I am working so much. So it does take away time from my children, but they'll be fine. They're in God's hands. I have to do what I have to do right now.
I've officially paid off all of my salon rent until January 1st, 2026. I also created the mock-up for my lash studio, which I'm super excited about, but I have to do some adjustments to the things I ordered. So I'm going to put a gold chandelier instead of like a clear one. And then the landlord is giving me a couch, so I don't have to worry about that part. Some of the furniture will be given to me, so that's exciting as well.
9 a.m., fresh off the wake up. I am exhausted. I haven't had a day off in months, I think. And yesterday I worked like 8 to 8. And so surprisingly, I'm not like tired of doing lashes, but it's tiring because I'm, taking so many people. And then on top of that, all of these people are full sets, and they're all new people. Not all of them, but majority of the people I'm taking, because I blew up on social media. I actually just had 1 million views on Instagram for the first time. So now I've been getting people mainly from TikTok. Now I'm getting people from Instagram. I have my regulars. I have Google from time to time. I have been getting word of mouth people. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just really tired. My house is a mess. I'm having a hard time balancing like my work and personal life. I haven't cooked in a long time. I keep ordering food for me and my daughters, but my house is a mess. And I usually have a cleaner come once a month, but honestly, I really need to have her start coming once a week. I need to get up early so that I could clean, but I'm so tired. So I'm struggling with that. Usually my daughters help me, but I don't know what's up with them the last day or two. I even offered them $100 to clean, and they didn't want to do it. So that's frustrating, but whatever. I'll try to do what I can before I leave at 10:30. I want to like grind really hard right now so that when I do hire people, I can pass these people off. I want these people to feel comfortable returning, even if they're not coming back for fills, come back for full sets every like month or two. So when I have people, I could just pass them off and I could cut back on my hours. And I have been still reading this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, because right now I really want to make sure I'm being smart with my money now that I don't have to pay salon rent. And so it mentioned only spend like 10% of your earnings. I have been doing that actually. I've been saving 10% and then I've been sending 10% to my personal account, and then the rest I have to spend on my business and my bills. But I think I'm doing a good job with my money.
I absolutely love the way God communicates. As I've gotten more mature in my spiritual journey, in the beginning when you first learn about God, it's very frustrating because you're like, what does this mean? So now that I'm like more spiritually mature, I start to understand things. So we've already spoken about how you can hear God through his word. You could also hear him through like audio. I've had that happen to me a couple of times. And then also dreams for me is really big. So one thing about me is when I dream about bees, that usually means someone is betraying me or about to betray me. And if I see bees in my walking life, that means prosperity is on the way, money is on the way. And so I used to see so many bees a year before I was in this position. And then I just walked out the house and I seen a whole bunch of dead bees. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a new one. So I just asked ChatGPT about it, and it was saying that, it confirmed like when you see bees, that's a good thing. But dead bees actually means like the end of a phase and the end of hard work, And so I think God is so intentional because, like I said already, I was complaining to him and he told me that, I will get to rest. And then I just complained again this morning and I come out and there's dead bees. So that just kind of like symbolizes like, okay, all this hard work is going to pay off. And so I love you, God.
Okay, remember that time I said that a girl had reached out to me because she is on a reality show and she wanted her lashes done? Well, so she was supposed to come yesterday, but she canceled because she was getting her hair done and was running late. And then today she was supposed to come at 3. I literally didn't take my kids to school because I was so booked. And then one of my daughters, she has issues with her eye right now. She keeps getting styes. So I was like, okay, I could just let them stay home. But tell me why this girl just no-showed me and I haven't heard from her. But you know what? I think that it's God right there. You know me, I'm always going to blame God. I think that was like a sign for me to stay firm in my policies. But on a lighter note, I was looking at my reports, and remember, I've been working extremely hard. I made $4,000 in 1 week. From Wednesday to Wednesday, today's a Thursday. $4,000. That's the most I've ever. Just 2 months ago, when I was talking to my financial advisor, when he told me how much money I needed to save up, I felt a little defeated. I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to God like, okay, I want to, open up a studio eventually, but I was thinking I was gonna do it in June. Because I was like, okay, I want to have an emergency savings first, and then I want to have the salon. I thought things were gonna go in a certain order, and God's timing is so good because not only am I getting the salon, but I'm also getting the emergency savings. I was a little girl daydreaming about owning a storefront, like literally like 7 years old, daydreaming about it every single night. So now I'm 30, I'm about to be 31 in a couple weeks, and it's so crazy to think that things didn't work out the way I wanted them to or what I thought, but now things are just flowing so well, and it's like perfect for me. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, I could have had it a different way, but the way it is like really curated for who I am. I really want to
have some girls in there, you know. It's not like I need them like financially, but I need them like I need a break. I need to let go and let God. And so me and God are in a business, you know, partnership. And so I was like, okay, God, I'm giving that to you. You're going to do that part. I do like the hands-on. I will do the work. You make the connections and all that. And I even told my daughters that. And I love telling kids, I know they have childlike faith. So when I tell them something, I trust that they will help manifest it. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just letting go and letting God, because obviously his ideas are better than mine.
God is so funny. So I just had this revelation, right? And as you know, I've been a little stressed out about hiring. And while I was lashing just now, I realized why God hasn't sent anyone to me yet. He thinks I'm not ready. And I always leave the house 30 minutes before the appointment, and then I get here like 20 minutes before. And so while I was setting up, I was like, I feel like I need more time to like really, because I am like, okay, look how I'm not the most, I'm like, I don't want to explain. I'm a dysfunctional, functional person. Like, I just have like my lashes all over, and it makes sense to me, but I've been trying to be more organized by putting everything in these like trays, but I still end up having like my lashes out like this. And so I was thinking that's also something I need to work on, is getting here earlier. That way I have the tray that I'm supposed to be using super organized and with the perfect amount of lashes, you know. And especially because when I hire people and I'm going to be giving them my supplies, it needs to be organized. Like, I don't want them going in and out trying to restock on stuff. And so when I was thinking about that, I'm like, oh, that's why God hasn't sent nobody. I ain't even ready. But I actually really enjoy these videos, and I don't know if anybody's gonna see this. I don't know if this piece of content is gonna blow up, but it's very therapeutic.
30 days left until we open. And I know it's been a couple of days, so I wanted to hop on here with a little update, mainly because I noticed I think I'm on my follicular phase, and that's why I'm a little emotional right now. It just hit me out of nowhere. It just got like really sad. But something happened to me a couple of days ago, and then I had a situation with the client today, plus a situation that's going on in my personal life. And I feel like all of the dots are connected. I am a firm believer that being an entrepreneur is also spiritual, and it's a lot of personal growth that you have to go through in order. I feel like your personal life and your spiritual life and your business life is all connected, and they're always on the same level. So every time I grow, it's because I grow as a person. I had a client today. She was a new client, and she was saying, you know, usually she's never talked during her appointment, but we were just chatting and having real good, deep conversations. We were talking about relationships, and she kept mentioning about we just allow a lot of things that we shouldn't. And the way she was saying it, though, it was like she kept repeating, and I was like, as soon as she kept repeating, I was like, oh, that's God talking to me. But I just brushed it off. I'm like, she keeps repeating it for a reason. Like, sometimes I just know when God is speaking to me through other people. I could just always tell. I feel like those words are really hitting me now, because I'm going to talk a little bit about my personal life. I've been dealing with this dude for almost a year now. And I broke up with him, like, I guess you would say 2 times. The first time was a couple of days. The last time was like 2 months. And getting back with him, I didn't care. The reason why I broke up with him before is because he sucks at communication. And so I was really angry before, but then this time getting back together, I just didn't care, because I'm so focused on my business. And then I enjoyed being single that I'm like, well, he's cool, I'm comfortable. So it is what it is. But out of nowhere, I was like, dang, it's been like tomorrow will be 4 days since I heard from him for real. And so I didn't care before, but right now I really care. And I think it's because she sowed that seed. The way we were talking, I was like, God is telling me, like, he just like brought my heart back, because I started getting really, I guess, cold-hearted. I started just focusing so much on my business, and I know that my love life is kind of like lacking right now, and I know I'm destined to be a wife. And so I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in here, because this is really personal, but I think that after I get my salon situated, my love life does need some love as well. And so I think God has been preparing me for sure for this business with so many different little things, like the playlist, my outfits, like my trainings, the way I do lashes. Like, he's been molding me so perfectly. And now I could tell that he's going to start molding me in my love life. I'm at the salon right now because I have someone paying me extra to come do their lashes at 8 p.m. You know, of course, I got to work tomorrow morning as well. Such a blessing. As soon as I'm done with this, I am going to be knocked out. So tired. But I'm so excited for life. I'm on fire for life right now. I know you guys are probably like, yo, this lady is bipolar. But I have some good news today. So for one, the landlord had sent me some photos just to update me on how they have been started painting. And then the other good news that I have is that I am hiring somebody just like that. That's how fast God works. And it's so crazy because this girl was also mentioning how she's been praying to God about getting back into lashing. Just going to work on her a little bit on her skill because I want to have people book with her. I've been kind of lightly launching it onto some of my clients, but they seem a little hesitant. I know for a fact that when I start training her, I have to train her so hard. I have to make sure her work is pretty. I'm going to start training her on the 22nd of this month, so I have until then to get my program in order. So very doable. I'm sitting here, my brain is fried right now. I'm sitting here thinking about I need to I'm getting stressed out just thinking about it. I'm about to get a headache. I need 19 days away from the big move. And I just finished up my little birthday weekend. I had so much fun. I'm officially 31. I could tell I'm 31 because I should have taken a couple days off. Because I keep saying this, you guys. I am exhausted. This is a lot of work. But I had so much fun, and I had all my friends over. I had my best friend, my sister, and another friend of mine travel just to enjoy my birthday with me, so I'm very grateful for that. Yesterday I just went into a 12-hour shift and I'm doing 12 hours today. I feel like my voice doesn't even sound the same, and now I'm starting to plan my help. I know I gotta double check and make sure I have help with the chandeliers. I'm having all of my stuff come in Amazon boxes. I'm not opening it, so I don't have to worry about packing, but I just have to make sure I have the support, I guess, to do all this. This is all my packages, everything I need to bring to the new salon. I have 2 beds that I've had already here, so that's not included. And then I have 3 beds coming, and then I have 2 signs, my logo and everything for the room. When I was counting up how much I make tomorrow, I'm ugly crying. When I counted up how much I'm making tomorrow, I'm making in a day is what I used to make in 2 weeks. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. And then while I was driving and talking to God about how grateful I am and thanking him for the girl he sent to me, and I was telling him I really want everyone in my business to be successful. I really want her to get bookings. And I haven't really posted her yet. I just posted her work on my story. I didn't get a chance to really promote her so much. I'm kind of soft launching. Tell me why, while I was in the middle of talking to God about wanting her to get booked, she literally got her first booking. And I haven't even really heavily promoted her. And I'm just I'm so freaking grateful. I'm so grateful, especially because I was just so concerned about how am I going to get this done? I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to afford an emergency savings and the salon and the supplies and, all the little details that I've been going through on this journey. And I just thought it wasn't, I don't know why I didn't think it was possible, but I literally am starting this salon with a 6-month savings, and it seems so little, I don't know, but to me it's so big. I can't believe I have this much money, plus I'm opening up a salon, and I already have someone hired, and I only need 2-3 more girls, and I just want them to all be fully booked. It's just so crazy how fast God is moving right now in my life. If I did this on my own, I wouldn't be able to do it because I've been doing it on my own and I've never been able to be where I am now. And I swear, surrendering my business to God has been the best decision ever. It's so crazy. It's just so crazy how much he's blessing me. It's so crazy. And I was so scared. I was so scared to move to Miami And now I see like everything is just working out so beautifully in his timing, and I'm just so happy. That's why I'm like ugly crying. I was like kind of nervous because I've never cried on camera, but I'm gonna hate rewatching this. I'm gonna be skipping over this part.
Wow, it's so big.
Yeah.
Echo. Echo.
You see the back, baby? Oh, look, this is, look, there's another room right there. This is the end of day one. How much I got so far. That, I need to get stickies, but since it's Thanksgiving, nothing's open. But I need to put something on the back of that to hang it up. Probably gonna get rid of this. I'm not worried about this room just yet. And then I put my inventory away. Oh, nice and organized. This is all the old stuff. This is all the new stuff. I still have another package coming. And there are so many things I actually have to return. Can I just, yeah, there we go. So these baskets, everything is smaller than I thought. I was going to put baskets at the end of the bed so people can put their stuff in there, but I was also going to have like a blanket in there, but that's too small. And then these mirrors, this is what it's looking like. Returning the blankets I ordered because they're so thin, like you can kind of like see through them. And then these freaking barbicide jars are tiny. Same thing with the garbage, the trash cans. I thought they were gonna be bigger than that. So I'm gonna have to go to the store. That's why I'm glad I did this today. The salon is looking so far. I still need one more dresser in this corner. My chair just came in, and this is how the little lobby area. I still gotta put that up. I still need to put up the drapes for the ceiling. This keeps coming down. It's really annoying. I tried like tacking it. I don't know. I don't even care at this point. And then this back area, I changed my mind. I just ordered a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to do like a little coffee station here. I bought a fridge and like a dresser. I'm gonna keep these chairs here. I might get rid of this thing, I don't know. And then this room is actually going to be my room. It's going to be my own private room. I've been going back and forth with how I want to design everything. Like at first I was going to make that the waiting room and then this like my area, but I think this makes more sense and I can capitalize more and I don't have to worry about moving stuff around. And then I really like the butterfly chandelier, so I'm pretty much going to do butterfly chandeliers everywhere. It's just going to be like my theme, because I feel like it stops it. Like you can see the difference in that chandelier versus here. This looks like office space versus that looking like a salon. So that's where I'm at right now. I have been under so much stress that my eyes keep twitching. It's been like this for a couple of days. I don't even know where to start, but this week especially has been very tough. So Wednesday, I woke up at 4 a.m. because for one, my daughter wouldn't let me sleep. She kept having bad dreams, and then I roll over and look at my phone and I had my first bad review. It was 2 stars on Google, and I've had 2 other bad reviews, but they were like crazy clients, so they were like actually lying in the review. This one was an actual like genuinely bad review, and so of course that really sucked. But then on top of that, I've been feeling so unsupported this week because I really haven't had anybody come help me with rearranging finishing the salon. And I feel like that is also causing me a lot of stress because I hate like coming home to a messy house. I hate things that are like unfinished projects, and it really gives me, I guess, anxiety. I think that part is also like really like the foundation of the stress that I've been dealing with. So the fact that the salon isn't done and I haven't felt supported. I feel like I really don't have any reliable help on that. And so tomorrow I did hire someone to come finish like some of the furniture, but then it's also like the decor. Like this morning I walk into the salon and the silk sheets that I put on the walls in that entrance where the chandelier is, it keeps falling down. So it's so irritating. Also, the girl that I hired,
I had a feeling this was going to be a problem because this was a problem with her being a client where she has a problem with being on time. So dealing with that. And then also today, my second or third client, she comes in and she has a problem with her lashes. I always tell people I always finish early and I have them look in the mirror because I understand that not everyone's gonna be like, oh, I love my lashes. Like most people do, but not everyone is gonna be like that. I can't expect people to be like that. There's always, not always, but there's sometimes things that people want to tweak. And so when she was looking at her lashes, she's like, yeah, I like them, but she was staring and not really saying anything. And then she's like, okay, I think this one is longer than the other. And I was looking at it, I'm like, girl, like, she pointed out this one lash that was long, and I'm like, the other eye has the same exact lash, and I pointed it to her, but she still didn't see it. But then she did mention, like, you know, the inner and outer corners. I fixed that. But then I fixed her lashes like 4 times. But that last time she's like, oh, I feel like, then she thought they were gonna be more wispy. And then she also, she said she didn't have like a specific inspo pick. She was just like, I like all the work, you know, I want something that goes with her eyes. And then at the end, she was like, okay, I think that these 2 eyes don't match. Mind you, I did them both at the same time. I lashed the same thing at the same time. But I understand where she was coming from, so I fixed it at the end. But I think sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And some people, they will not be happy, but they are still kind people. She was not a kind person. I finished early, but I still was 15 minutes late for my client because I was correcting her lashes so much. And at the end, you know, it was time to check out, and she's like, oh, she said she wanted to pay cash, but she had $100 bill. The balance is 85. I don't have change. And then she had a problem with that too. Like, she was like, oh, I thought she would have had change. Why would you assume that I have change? Trying to see. She's like, oh, well, you can ask somebody else that if they have change. Girl, we are in a office building on a Sunday morning. There's no one else here. And then you want me to tell the girl that you just took some of her time to ask her for money? After her, I had finished that client, and then the next client come in, I get a call from a girl from Google, and she wanted to book an appointment, and she didn't want to pay a deposit. I'm like, she's like, oh no, I'm gonna be there. I don't know you. How am I gonna know you're gonna be here? Like, oh my gosh, there's just so much stuff that I'm dealing with when it comes to clients. And then I also had another client. She's been a client of mine for not too long, but she's came to me a couple of times. And the last time I spoke to her, I told her, like, oh, I'm hiring a girl, and she was worried about, you know, getting booked with her. And I'm like, you know, the website is going to be pretty clear. Like, it's going to say her name. And the website does say the names. I even have the pictures on there. But she ended up booking her, and then she was upset because she had her. I'm like, bro, focusing on, like, the service base of the lash industry, because, you know, you can have supplies, you can have trainings, but a lot of people don't. They either want to be just like lash artists. They don't want to like have like a whole team like what I'm doing. And I've had a lot of people advise me not to do that because how stressful it is. And it's not to say that I didn't believe them. I always believe them. But it's been only 3 weeks of me being here. And on top of that, you know, I'm a single mom trying to deal with my kids in between all of this. They don't have no school. They have Christmas. And I haven't had much time to like wrap their gifts or anything. It's just, I work every single day. I don't get a day off. So it's like trying to deal with clients on top of dealing with children, on top of dealing with a business, like managing other people. It's just a lot. And I know what I signed up for, but I can't wait to, I think also I'm just excited to just hurry up and get like fully staffed. And I feel like God isn't like sending more people because I'm not ready to, because I'm having a hard time managing what I got going on now. But I can't wait until I'm fully staffed with reliable, good people that God sends me.
And I just got another bad review on Google. And this client was actually kind of crazy though, so it's really not my fault, so I don't feel that bad about it, honestly. But basically what happened was she came 20 minutes late, and then she also had lashes on from another lash tech, and then she had a lot of damage. And so she complained that I didn't clean her lashes, but I always clean people's lashes. I just don't rinse it. Like the cleanser I use is like a dry shampoo. She thought it was sparse, but like I said, I informed her she had damage, and then at the end of the service she looked at it and she said she liked it. So it's like, and her appointment was yesterday, so I didn't even get a chance to like, I would have never thought like, let me reach out and make sure she likes it, because she said she liked it. And then we had decent conversation, but you know, looking back, the conversations are always such red flags, because she was talking about like the people in her area, how they like to smile in your face and then, you know, be mean behind your back and snitch a lot. Like she kept bringing that up, and I'm like, the signs were all there once again. But honestly, like as soon as I seen that, I was obviously irritated.
my website, like it's like the one of the first thing that pops up is like, see my verified reviews. And so I just removed that from my website because it's just social media clients. Like I've never dealt with stuff like this when I was, because I mainly build my business off of like word of mouth and Google, but with the social media clients, they're a little different. And so I removed that from my website. And then at first I was thinking maybe I should just stop taking new clients. Maybe I should just give all my clients to the people in the salon. But I don't know, because I was thinking maybe in February I'll stop taking new clients, but I don't want to be like too irrational. Like I need to pray on this and see like, God, is this just like you molding me and being like harsh on me? What also is irritating me is the fact that like my children are like begging for me to spend more time with them, and I'm spending my time with work, and these people are not, like they're so like rude, disrespectful, or ungrateful. And of course, like I'm providing you a service, like I respect my people and stuff like that. And I know I'm a service provider, like I'm supposed to be providing a really good service. But and then I just had a no show. Sundays they usually deal with more cancellations. So today I had one no show and two cancellations, but it worked out because I got other people to come in and whatnot. But like dealing with that plus the 1-star review, and it's like it's so weird that I didn't deal with this until I started like being on my, like I was on my own, but until I started like owning this whole thing, it's like I'm starting to feel like people are out to get me in a way. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of explain to you guys how I talk to God through scriptures. So I have just been overwhelmed. My daughter yelled at me. my daughter, my, oh my God. Okay, so my daughter yelled at me yesterday because because she's just tired of me working so much. So I think what bothers me is like I feel like, okay, I was like, dang, that sucks, but it didn't really hit me until I dealt with that negative client, and so it's like, dang, I'm spending all my time with work, and some of these people, they don't respect me, like they really don't, and so they just are just mean-hearted, and so the fact that I feel like I'm sacrificing my children for people like that is upsetting. And so I'm sitting here like, dang, God, it's just so many, like, it's like, I don't know if like you guys will understand the struggles I've been going through these videos I'm making. I don't know if I'm explaining how I'm feeling correctly, but today was just not a good day. Like, I have good days and bad days, and today just wasn't one of them good days. And so I was like, okay, God, we need to talk. Like, is it something I'm doing? Is it like just part of the process? I want to have a better understanding. So if it's something I'm doing, I can fix it. And so I usually will have this type of conversation out loud with God, and then I, welcome him into the reading of the word. And I ask for the Holy Spirit wisdom. I even ask God to like comfort me and speak to me and stuff like that. And then I will scroll on the Bible app and then I'll just randomly, I do it without looking, and then I'll click on something. And the first one, it was Ezekiel, and it was saying how basically, I forgot who it was, probably Ezekiel, I'm guessing, but God had given him a scroll to Israel on what to say, and then there were certain things that stuck out. I'm not good at remembering scripture. I'm not good at remembering names, but I'm very good at remembering stories. And so basically God was like, I'm giving you a message. I need you to relay this message, and I need you to also listen to the message for yourself. Like, before you even give it to people, you need to, like, he made him go through all this trial and terror before he even got to send out the message. And so that kind of reminded me, when I first moved out here, I had a girl come up to me and she started prophesying, which sometimes people do that over the years. I'll have people prophesy about me and my children. And so she had told me, that I'm going to be speaking to a whole lot of people, and he wants to use my voice, but first I have to like repent or whatever. And so like, as soon as I read that, I was like, oh, that kind of reminds me of that. I'm like, am I doing something wrong though? Like, I was still a little confused. Like, I understand, like, okay, God is using my voice, so it is what it is.
But then I talked to God a little more. I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. I know that you're using my voice, and that I have to, fix up what I'm doing before I can be elevated. But is there something specifically that I'm doing wrong? And then I get into, what was it, Peter? Is it Peter? I think it was Peter 4. And like the first message was basically saying, like, if you're gonna suffer just like Christ did. And it's so crazy because when I was in the salon earlier, that verse just kind of like stuck to me. I felt like that's how I felt. I felt like, I was literally in my mind thinking like, yeah, Jesus went through way more than I did. I feel guilty for feeling some type of way because I know that Jesus went through way more than what I'm going through. But that was nice that it was basically saying, just it dropped some nuggets like, whenever people come against you, just show love, and it's good to you're gonna go through that. That's a good sign. So that was very comforting. So that's how I guess I'm ending my day.
We made it another year, and I have been so productive. I've gotten so much done the last couple of days, but I just wanted to hop in here while I'm in the salon and show you guys what I've been doing, because it's been like a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and then also like physical labor, like I've been working on the salon. And so this is what I've gotten done. I finished the entranceway, and then I put up this. I just realized this D just fell off, but whatever. I did a little decorations back here, and then I just reached out to the electrician about the chandelier. I decided I'm just gonna do 2 or 3 beds instead of the 4 and just block off this area. So yeah, that's what I've gotten done so far.
It doesn't. It completely breaks your fall. It completely breaks your fall, sissy. I know. But if you fall from a very far fall, you might break some bones. Yeah, but still so far for you. Sissy, jump. Look, go over and gonna jump. Stop. You hit me. You missed the feet completely. No, I did not. Sissy, come here.
Today is such a beautiful day. I feel like I'm starting to see the fruit of my labor today. So I have both the Lash girls in there, me in there, plus it was just someone doing like a daily booth rental thing. So it just feels good to like have a functioning salon, Hopefully by next year I might be in a whole nother state. It's so crazy to think that. But yes, I'm very blessed. Things are finally coming into place. Clients have been so lovely lately. Like I've just been really enjoying this career path that I've taken. Okay, one more thing, you guys. I finally hit 10K on IG. Everything is just working out.
I'll give you the honors.
3,
2, 1.
God.
Oh, well, it's the thought that
It's
counts.
impossible. This is impossible.
That's crazy. Let me see. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my gosh, we almost lost a finger. Yay! Okay, you want to give us a tour?
Yep. Yes. You're welcome. Beautiful. So let's enter this room first. Go color. Look at this beautiful scenery. And it could change different colors. The lights could change different colors.
Okay. Okay.
Now when you go in this beautiful hallway, you go into here. Beautiful. You get different coffee flavors. And lift this up, and then take out if there's anything in here, and then close it back. Soon. And let's go in this. Ta-da!
The final results. Game.
If you can tell, it's night.
All right, that's all. That's the whole
Bye,
place.
guys.